Runaway Robot.
Chapter 2 Trollskull Alley.
Woo!
So, welcome back, everyone. I'm gonna have to adjust cameras on the fly here, which is fine because we're utilizing a phone, which is good, which is fine. We have Varus exists, chat. So here we are. So I'm gonna take a second here to adjust cameras while people say what they've done in the last 3 days because it's been 3 days since we've actually seen each other. But we'll start with Dungeon Dame. Dungeon Dame, how have you been? It's been 3 days. And I'm gonna do filters.
Oh no, I don't know what I've done in not much. I went to family dinner last night. Woo! That's it.
That works. That's good. That's
fun.
nice. I mean, there's worse things to have done, right?
It's true.
That's good.
I wouldn't tell you
Okay.
about the worst things that I've done. That's not
Good.
tea.
Good. Yeah. No, so chat, don't worry. I'm literally just fixing everything that died. But while we continue to do this, Bravo, what have you been up to and how great is Minecraft as a thing?
Oh wow, you know, I'm not going to apologize for bringing you into the great world that is Minecraft. I bullied Joel into
should.
playing with me and Stella, and it worked.
It
But
did work.
we've been playing Minecraft for the past 3 days. What else has happened? I pulled a cool splinter out of my finger. That was cool.
Splinters are cool.
I went to the beach yesterday. That was cool. I found a hagstone. That was cool. But
What is a hagstone?
a hagstone is a stone with a natural hole that has been eroded into it, and if you look through it, you can see fairies. So
What?
yeah, it's
Did you see fairies when you looked
The-
through it?
I didn't see any, but they usually don't live by the beach, so. Suckle
Oh,
Raven though.
Fairies don't live by the beach. Chat, mark that down.
Yeah,
I've
take notes,
I've never heard
I'm
that.
writing that down.
Yeah, take
Right.
notes.
That's gonna
Writing it down.
Take notes, babies.
Cool. All right. Well, that's neat. Stella, how have you been?
Hey.
How awesome is Minecraft as well? Since apparently that's what we do now is we play Minecraft.
Yeah, we play a lot of Minecraft. In fact, I played 7 hours of Pokemon Minecraft last night.
Oh, there you go. There.
Yeah.
7 hours, chat. When did Minecraft come out? Like 2005? We're back in 2005. Is that accurate?
Yeah.
Jeez.
We're always in 2005. I haven't left.
Check
What a
out our
great
cool
game.
shirts.
Oh yeah, we went floral, most of us today. I went and changed into a floral shirt to match the current theme of most everyone here. But yeah, that's good. That's good. Mike, other than internet issues, how you been for the last 3 days?
Yeah, the last 3 days have been spent hunting Comcast workers and just dragging them out of their vans and beating the hell out of them.
I can appreciate that. Seriously.
Anytime I see one drive down the street, I just jump in from the bushes and drag them out of the van.
Hey man, fix your nonsense. Yeah, that's good. Cool. Well, I appreciate it. Guys, I know we're starting pretty late. Well, we won't be affecting your viewing time of Game of Thrones tonight. Don't worry, but we will roll over the time that we've had to deal with some technical issues. But everything seems to be working really well now, so hopefully it sticks up and stays the same and we can have a show. That being said, you guys, everyone in the party here, I would like for you to all roll me a d20, please. Let's see who's gonna do recap today.
No journal entry.
No, well, we might do the journal entry again because it is awesome, but I don't want to have to do it today. If Mina rolls the closest, then yeah, she can read the journal entry. But we'll see what happens here. Okay, so 15, 10, 8, and Mike, are you able to get roll 20 going?
I can't get roll 20. God damn it.
Oh my god.
All right, Mike, I'm going to roll.
Analog if I need to. I have dice.
I guess I can trust you. Yes, roll analog.
Hang on 1 sec.
We're
God
analoging,
damn it.
chat. Here we go. We're doing it. We're doing it. All right, Mike, roll me a d20. Let's see what he comes up with
Any
here.
Comcast people are watching. I'm coming for you. That's a 5. That's
a
there.
5. All right. So, wow, look, Mina nailed it. I guess we're getting journal entries. So here we go.
Oh, I've got to get it. Hang on.
Here we go.
Oh,
So
dear.
we're going to do a little recap here. Mina was the closest with exactly a 15. And we'll get a nice little recap here of what happened last time on Dragon Ball Z. So hopefully, yep, there's Dungeon Dame. All right,
All
it's
right.
you front and center. Give us what you got.
All right. Let's see. So, I might still be a little bit drunk. I should not have ordered all that wine down that mountain. But first, let me start at the beginning of my day. That's the normal way people do these things, right? Varys came back, and he came back with presents. Now I just have to convince Embrek or Avi to reaffix the gem to my chain so my earring will be back to normal. I was crushed when the gem was taken away by those godforsaken, cursed bird people. We don't deserve theirs. Our little table dweller is too kind. Our day consisted of Broxley first thing in the morning, then floating ghost wine, following a disembodied voice that Malia heard the night before, and joining a group called the Grey Hands, or the Grey Force, or something like that. Either way, we got these fancy new pins that look like hands. We were tasked with going up a mountain to speak to a monk about any dangers to Waterdeep. He practically forced me to reveal these new horns for a cryptic message for the most cryptic message I had ever heard. Hardly seems like a fair deal, but Malia and Kai didn't seem too terribly affected by seeing them. He said something like, "Evil's twin hides its face for now. Expect that to change before the end of winter," whatever that's supposed to mean. Anyway, I was pretty upset about having to show my horns. God, they're itchy. So I drank quite a lot of wine on our way back to the city. Froon had this coming, cutting holes in our new home to invite in rats. Never did like him. But this is now open warfare. I may have decided that we should go see Froon on our way home. I may have most certainly caused a scene. Can you believe Froon called 2 women smooching demon spawn? How bigoted do you have to be? We were removed from the premises after some words were exchanged. I think I may have called him a troll man to his face. Kai got started on our rat plan a smidge early and hurled one of her belt rats at the window as we left. God, I love that girl. Froon doesn't know what's coming for him. There you go. That's the
Awesome. Thank you so much for that. Yay! That's excellent. So yeah, in summary, you guys were tasked with climbing Mount Waterdeep and finding the monk Hlam, where after some discussion, you got a message from him, cryptic as it is, but as far as you can tell, that's exactly what you were supposed to do. You caused a little bit of a ruckus over at a rival bar, and we'll see what happens with that. And you were visited by the innkeeper's blah 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 blah. What's it called? The I never remember the name of the actual guilds. But it's the Innkeeper's Guild. There we go. Fellowship of Innkeepers, Broxley Fairkettle, who, when you decided to sign the contract, signing yourselves up for a 5 gold piece dues to the Fellowship of Innkeepers per month, which helps you pay for your taxes as well as being part of the fellowship. And he promised that he would send you lists of people that you can either use to hire or if you'd like to, and someone to contact for the Vintners Guild as well as the Guild of Butchers. So you guys can basically get your inn up and running. Yep, there was the ghost wine, which was awesome, and it looks like your friendly innkeeper ghost, Liff, it could potentially be a barkeeper. We'll find out how that goes, and that's a highly marketable thing, a friendly ghost in the inn. I think we ended after you guys got kicked out of Froon's bar, Froon's Brews, and you guys headed home for the evening. Unless there's any objection, I feel like we kind of pick up that night when you guys arrive home, just before bed. So is there anything you guys would like to accomplish this evening before going to sleep? Mina, I think I'd like you to roll me a Constitution saving throw, please. And Malia, how much of the wine have you also partook in?
Quite a bit, but certainly not as much as Mina.
Can you roll me one as well?
Yes.
Thank you.
First one was 11.
Good. Okay, so Mina, you've had a lot. Your DC was going to be higher than what Malia's was because she hasn't had quite as much, but you are certainly feeling the effects of the alcohol as we saw in the last episode. It is affecting you greatly, so much so that Malia, you two leaning against each other in your drunken states, attempting to climb the stairs, the 4 or 5 steps that there are to get back to Troll Keep, is a chore. It's an actual struggle to get up those stairs. But yeah, there you go. And to find the keyhole with your new key, it's definitely an issue. But welcome back to Troll Keep. What would you guys like to do for your evening?
Whine about not having any biscuits to eat.
I think we could go find all that bait that's in the holes. The crumbs.
If we get enough crumbs together, that can make one biscuit.
No.
You guys still have rations, and you haven't really eaten. So if you would like to consume some rations, you're more than able to.
Yes.
I mean, that's probably a good idea.
Vera still has like a pocket full of whatever the chestnuts were that we found when we got
That's right. Up in the attic, the attic chestnuts.
Yeah. He's gonna munch on those, I guess.
Oh, how functional is our kitchen?
Well, this is for you guys to tell me. How much work have you put into restoring the place on your own? I know you guys, we had like when you guys got there, we had a whole scene of you cleaning up the place, right? Maybe picking up some rubble and things like that and getting things cleaned, like removing cobwebs or dusting or sweeping. But how much have you done to get it into a working order?
Probably not much.
Nothing.
Probably
Not
don't
much.
know much about getting it into a working order.
Well, right, but you all have existed in homes that, well, not all of you. You have existed in places that have kitchens, at least some of you. So you would know what you would need to cook food. You're adults, mostly. So you know how to acquire food. You're not helpless. But what, have you done anything? Have you, like, cleaned a pot or a pan yet to, like, utilize?
Malia will drunkenly stumble into the kitchen and try to cast prestidigitation on a pot.
I mean, yeah, you could definitely clean the pot with prestidigitation. that happens. I think it's like a really minor form of, you remember like the Mickey trying to do all of the magic to like clean the place, The Apprentice or whatever. Yeah, so Molly, do you spend time to just clean more than that pot, or do you do like all of the dishes or like clean the room? No, okay, just the one pot. The one pot. Prestidigitation is a rather unique in its way, and a kind of a powerful spell, and so much so that you're able to like remove the rust and pitting from this, like, let's call it like a cast iron pot or something like that.
Nice.
So you have like a full black pot that is cleaned now, so cool. That's nice. That took a little bit of time in your drunken state. Definitely took a little bit longer than probably should have otherwise. Because spellcasting is super tough when you're drunk.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's weird.
Might have misfired a few times.
A couple. Yeah, like a fork got cleaned instead one time, so that's nice. But, you know, you're able to figure it out.
Would anyone like some stew?
Are you cooking it with wine?
We could.
I mean, you can make pretty good roux with a wine, so you could make it work.
Then yes.
My second question to that is, though, do you have things to cook?
Yeah.
Cry pulls a rat off her belt.
There you go. You guys got rats. You got plenty. Yeah, you do notice that Kiggs was able to kill 6 more rats, and they are piled in the middle of the bar room.
Oh my gosh. What a talented little killer. No, I don't think we would like any rat meat in our stew.
Yeah, I mean, you can go take a look down in like the larder or something like that, you know, because you have a basement, and it's possible there are things that are still good there. Maybe.
I don't think I should go alone.
Varys will start rummaging through his sack of pocket snacks. Like, what can we cook in here? It's like,
Okay, yeah, Varys, let's see what condition these things are in. Roll me, I just want to, like, investigate your pockets for me. Roll me an investigation.
okay.
Let's see what you find.
That's a 9.
That's a 9. Okay, well, most of it's bad by now, because it's been a couple days since you've put anything in those pockets. Putting it in a stew is probably not advisable.
He still offers
But I don't
it
know
up
if you
as,
know
like,
that. Yeah.
He still offers it up as like you know, he's lived on the street. He's not, like,
He's not super
opposed to
picky.
eating rotten food.
Sure.
It's still food. It'll make you
Sure.
a little sick, but whatever.
Absolutely.
Didn't you
There's
take
still
a
just
bite
like-
out of a purple banana?
Uh-huh.
No, I left.
No,
the banana
that was
in
me.
That was crying.
Oh. Y'all questionable.
Good. Good.
Malia will just like take one of her rations and just kind of dump it in there. Just like start putting some water in there.
So rations, interestingly enough, are like, basically it's like hardtack, which is, it's like dried biscuits.
Army food.
Yeah, but it's not like an MRE. It doesn't just like appear in water and heat. It doesn't turn into real food. But you have like hard biscuits, dried meats, and some like old cheeses or something like that, and like some nuts and dried berries. There's not really like, a ration isn't like good food. It's definitely built to like last.
Not gonna lie, Malia doesn't know what she's doing.
It's good food when you
She
pour
just kinda-
wine on it and Mina goes.
Going to be disgusting.
Okay, yeah, you pour wine, a bottle of wine into the pot with the one set of rations that are now in there. Some hard biscuits float to the top, and like pieces of jerky are floating in it, as well as some like nuts.
Malia looks down at it. I think it's missing something.
I'm imagining 2 drunk girls trying to cook in a pot right now. This is really hilarious to me.
Varys,
Yeah,
can you put some good berries in here?
Oh yeah. So yeah, I guess he'll conjure up good berries and.
What does this look like when you conjure this up?
I don't know. Like I'm not entirely sure. I can't access my character sheet, so I don't know how to.
So,
read that.
well, I mean, okay. Well, I can go give you exactly what the spell says, but when we ask for like what does it look like, you just tell us what it looks like when you get these berries. Like, how do you do that? So here, I'll give you the physical thing that it would look like. A good berry is one action. You have a vocal component, a somatic component, and a material component, which is a little sprig of mistletoe. And up to 10 berries appear in your hand. Infused with magic for the duration, a creature can use this action to eat 1 berry. Eating a berry restores a hit point, and the berry provides enough nourishment to sustain a creature for a full day.
Oh, there you go.
Oh dang.
So, being that it's Varys and he just like produces food from this like infinite pocket of food, he just like reaches in, pulls out a handful of berries, and like hands it to Malia.
Yeah, I absolutely think he just pulls it out of his pockets. There's just berries. There's just berries coming out.
He doesn't even know where they come from. It's just more pocket snacks that have appeared.
Absolutely.
What are they?
So
What
just
color are
pulls them
they?
out.
What do they look like?
I'd say they're like a purplish color.
Do they look juicy?
Yeah. They look like plump grapes.
Malia will take one and hold it out to Mina.
It's just more wine juice.
Yeah. Oh, you can make good berry wine. Oh, that'd be really cool.
That would be
Man,
good. Then she
that'd be
just
neat.
Dumps it all into the pot.
You just so there's just what 10 berries in the pot now. Great, yeah. Well, I think with a little bit of water and a little love and attention, and you know, break up some of the dried hardtack or something like that. You could, you put it on the fire, get the fire going, and you could make a stew.
Malia takes the
Of some
fork
kind.
that she accidentally cleaned, and she's just like mashing things in the pot.
Oh my god, this is the worst. So yeah, you mash it all together, you stir it all together, and you have a semblance of a stew.
Oh, I just remembered. Prestidigitation can affect taste.
Does it really?
Oh,
I
you
think
can make
so.
it taste good.
Oh my gosh. All right.
I have a feeling that
Prestidigitation?
either Varys or Cry would really care about the taste.
Cry is actually not down to eat that stew. She's just gonna
Why? 'Cause
munch on
there's
a
no
rat.
rats in it.
Yeah, she's just gonna.
She's upset we didn't take her rats.
She's gonna munch on her rat because she knows that it tastes good to her, and this stew honestly doesn't look too good. So
Not gonna lie, eating a rat when you barely breathe and barely bleed, like, not helping.
Yeah.
she's the pinnacle of health. I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, sorry.
You've made some semblance of stew with the help of prestidigitation. Could taste okay. Yeah, sure. You wanna get some bowls or something? I mean, you guys have like packs, right? So you're gonna have like a mess kit. I'm not gonna say you don't have a mess kit. If you wanna partake in the stew, you're more than welcome to.
Yeah, sure.
I was gonna just use like a tankard.
Oh,
Yeah,
my
go
gosh.
for it. You dip, you dip in. It's there. It's in the thing. You each have like kind of like a piece of jerky and a couple of good berries inside of it. And I suppose Cry is probably eating a rat.
You're
That's
going to town, baby.
just going to town on a raw rat in the middle of the room, blood and guts everywhere.
Oh,
You
So
gotta suck all the
there
blood out like
we-
a Capri Sun first, and then you can eat it.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. We're learning lots of things: how to make
Big
good
brain.
berry stew, and how to vampirize a rat. Neat. So you eat the stew, which the magic of the good berries keeps you healthy. It doesn't harm you. It's 1 HP boost. Doesn't harm you, and it tastes okay. Yeah, the prestidigitation has definitely helped.
Everything tastes good when you're drunk. It's fine.
Yes. So there you go. Yeah. So you have some rats still in the middle of the room that are dead. You've made your stew. You've eaten. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
Molly is like, we don't need biscuits. We have this fantastic stew.
Put it on the menu, everyone. Put it on the in menu.
We've got it.
Varys, write this down so we can remember the recipe.
Like, it's rations and good berries. Like, I think we can remember
I
it.
think
And
we've got it.
wine.
Yeah, and a high road Chardonnay dumped in. So that's
He remembered.
He
it's
just,
literally written down in front of me because otherwise I would not remember.
Varys has nothing to actually write it down on, so when Malia says write this down, he goes over to like a mirror or a window that has dust on it and kind of finger writes it in the dust.
Love it.
Got it.
Yeah, this place needs some love. I'm gonna tell you what.
It's the charm
good.
of the place. What are you talking about?
Okay, sure. Yeah, I believe you.
While we're like drunkenly enjoying our stew, Malia will go up to Mina and say, "You're they look a little uncomfortable. Perhaps the ointment that Fala gave me might help with the itching." Maybe.
Maybe, I guess. Yeah. Where is the ointment? Let's try it. Give it a whirl.
Do they hurt?
No, they are mostly just itchy and just getting quite obvious.
Has something like this happened before?
Have I grown horns before? No, I have not grown horns before. This is a first.
Oh, okay, let's go get that ointment.
Yeah, sure. So you go upstairs and it's like at your bedside table, right? Which is like the only piece of furniture that actually is still in your room. All of you don't have beds or anything. You just have your bedrolls on the floor still. But yeah, you have like the one bedside table and it's just sitting there.
Nice. I'll take
Little
it.
glass container.
Here you go.
Do you apply it for her or does Mina, do you do it?
I don't think Malia would do it because she's basically trying to open dialogue here, but she doesn't know how to do it. Yeah.
Malia has a mirror in her room, right? Where are the mirrors in this house? There's any.
There's probably like one that's still in the master bedroom, and then there's or the master bathroom, and you know what? That's probably the only one. The place is empty. Because remember when you had gone through it, there's like nothing here. And the mirror in the master bedroom is definitely in disrepair and is like started greening and like has like black spots on it. You know how like when mirrors start to like go kind of bad. They have their own mirror rust.
Yeah.
It's definitely it's hard to see yourself in it.
Okay. Well, that's where she's seeing as that's where the cream was anyway. She's going up there and she takes off her hood and she like takes a little bit and she like
Malia's watching intensely.
Them on the horns and kind of like rubs them in and she like pauses and she's like, this is not helping.
Mina hasn't told everyone about her little like cutscene with the devil yet, has she?
She has not told anyone that, and these horns are very new to the party.
Except Varys. Varys knows about them.
Varys knows about the horns,
yeah.
But doesn't know about the whole other thing.
I mean, I missed that. Did you apply the salve or no?
I did, yeah. Yeah, in front of the mirror.
You do notice that the itching recedes. They do feel a little bit more comfortable.
That's good. Yes. Thank you, Malia. That helps a little.
Well, if there's anything else I can do to help, you just let me know.
Sure. Yes, I will.
It's very awkward back and forth.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, when someone spontaneously grows horns, things tend to get a little awkward, right?
Just a little bit.
Yeah,
Just a little.
Okay.
Malia, do you know anywhere that sells decent hats that I could wear instead of this hood all the time?
Oh, yes. I love hats.
I know.
I know.
Malia takes off her big floofy hat. It's this this deep hunter green color. It's got a really, really big fluffy feather on it. And she's like, you can wear this for now if perhaps if you like.
Mina tries it on. Does it go with the outfit?
Oh, darling,
that-
a hat like that matches everything.
Perfect. She blushes a little bit.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Malia, you're from the Southern Ward, correct?
Yes.
You do know of a very nice clothier there, if you would want to go, called Pietron's.
Pietron?
Yeah, Piatran.
Okay.
It might be where you got that hat from.
Yes. Malia will mention, the next time we visit the Southern Ward, I shall take you to my favorite hat store.
Oh, thank you. I think perhaps something less flashy to draw attention away from me would be better.
No. The point is to draw all the attention. The more obvious you appear, the less people think of you.
I don't know if that's accurate, but okay.
It is a subtle art. I shall teach you sometime. She's like, I could do with more stew. And like, as she's walking out of the room, it's like, clack, 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 clack.
Oh, I'll never get sick of those boots, man. They're the best. I hope one day you find some of the magical boots where you can amplify the sound
Oh,
and just
hell
like
yeah.
have it even be louder. Yeah, that'd be great.
They're actually just like tap shoes.
Yeah. Mina, after she leaves, with the salve, it makes everything feel a little bit more comfortable. I do want you to roll me a 1d4, please.
Sure.
It's gonna be May.
3. Okay, thank you. All right. Anything else you guys would like to accomplish before taking your rest?
So, wind up my bird.
Absolutely. It plays its chirping little song to you.
And now I'm gonna go back to sleep.
You're going to go to bed? Okay.
Yeah, bedtime.
All right. Varys, when you go to your... You decided on the small room with the... what's it called? The balcony, right?
Yes, yes.
The spare room.
Right.
Yeah. So when you go into your room and everyone's about to everyone's getting ready for bed and you're laying out your bedroll and putting your pack down and things like that, taking in the events of the day, you hear a rapping on your window, like a
Okay, he'll like finish everything up and get everything laid out and then kind of look up at the window and go investigate it.
You see what seems to be a folded piece of paper in the shape of a bird rapping at your window.
Like an origami bird?
For us, yes, it would look very similar to an origami crane.
Huh, okay. So he'll open up the window and I guess grab it or try to grab it. It might fly away.
You reach out for it and it lands in your hand.
Okay. I kind of examine it a bit. Like, do I know what this thing is, or?
Let's see how familiar you are with the possibility of this. Roll me an Arcana check, please.
Okay. That's a 10.
A 10? I think you might have seen one of these before. Maybe not necessarily know the extent of this. I mean, it is a paper bird. And you've heard that there are some factions that might use this as a messaging system.
Okay. So he'll, I guess, as morbid as it seems, because it's living, he'll like start unfolding it.
No, as it lands in your hand and it comes to a rest, it you know how like when you pinch the paper, it looks like it's all tightened together.
Yeah.
It looks like that while it's flying, but once it has landed in your hand, it has relaxed and slightly opens up. The folds kind of relax.
Okay.
So yeah, you open it up.
Open it up. Is there a note in it?
Yes, there are words written upon the page. Varys can read, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Not well. If it uses words like Malia would use, then he can't quite understand what they say. But if they're small words, he can get them.
You can decide how much of this you actually understand, but the words are as follows. So all the players know what's happening here. It says, Renair tells us you're a good bet. He bought you tickets to the opera tomorrow night at the Lightsinger Theater in the C Ward. If you're interested, meet Mert at intermission. Private box C. Formal attire is required for admittance.
Meet Mert.
Uh-oh.
Okay, and this is tonight, it said?
Tomorrow night.
Oh, tomorrow night? Okay.
Yeah,
Then,
I misspoke originally.
Yeah, he sees the words formal attire and knows that's Malia's forte. So he kind of folds it up and puts it next to his bed and decides he's gonna tell the group about that in the morning.
Yeah. The paper itself is unfolded in front of you and it seems inanimate. It's just a sheet of paper now.
Yeah. So yeah, he's just gonna like wad it up nicely and just kind of set it beside his bedroll so he doesn't forget about it in the morning. And then
Excellent.
Go to sleep.
Okay. I think that kind of concludes the evening, and you all find your rest rather easily. It was a long night. Some of you pass out from your alcohol consumption and your subsequent eating of a delicious stew, and you find yourselves in the early morning once again. in Waterdeep. What would you like to do?
Wind up my bird.
As all mornings, it is foggy and chilly. Those of you that have fireplaces, if you wanted to have fire on in the night before, you're more than welcome to. Those of you with higher than 12 perception, natural or passive perception, you can hear the bird in the morning, the little purple bird singing its friendly little song once again from Cry's attic bedroom.
I think Malia would have developed a habit of checking in on Cry to make sure she's still alive.
Okay.
So now having a little twinkle of noises announcing that she's still alive is very handy.
I like it.
I love that.
Molly was like, "Oh yes, I can sleep a little longer. I don't have to get up."
Okay.
That's so cute. Oh.
Yeah. What else would you guys? I mean, you guys are awake. You're up. Head downstairs, I guess, at some point in time after your
Mina's
morning
looking for some water to drink. Real
preparation.
bad.
Yeah. That's interesting because I don't think Trollskull has. I think behind Trollskull, there's probably like a well out on the like out in the alley itself, Trollskull Alley. But I don't think that you have. I mean, there's not like running water in your home.
Yeah.
The headache that you have is awful, Mina. It is bad.
Oh no.
It is very, very bad. Malia, yours is pretty bad too. That con save did not do you any favors. But yeah, so you're there. You're awake. It's morning, I guess.
I guess.
Yeah.
So yeah, Varys will immediately take the note over to Malia and say, "So this showed up last night as a bird, and now it's a note." And he hands it to her.
Malia is probably the first thing she'd probably do is take care of her injury.
He has like no concept of hangover or any of that from everyone being drunk the night before. So he just immediately like business to attend to. Here you go.
So she's probably at the bar and just kind of slowly eating a ration, just like you can just pain on her face, right? As you come up, she just like looks up at you, looks at the paper, and she takes it. And she's kind of staring at it. She's just kind of eating, staring, blank stare. She's like, oh, fascinating.
Yeah, so you read it, and you see that it is an invitation to the Lightsinger Theater to meet a person named Mert. I think with your background, you would recognize the name Mert.
Oh, I know this Mert. They are...
Mert is known as the Merciless, the Old Wolf. He's a former adventurer. He's a little older, a little wiser, but you know that he's part of the faction of Harpers.
I'll say all of this to him, to Varys.
For those of you guys that don't know, the Harpers as a faction, this is fine for player knowledge. The Harpers are kind of essentially a good aligned spy network.
It's a public spy network? Okay. Well,
people know. Well, so like Waterdeep has a bunch of. You have the Open Lord, right? Like which was Neverember, and now it's Laeral Silverhand. You have a bunch of masked lords as well, which function in all of these different capacities that we've been talking about. Each of these factions: the Emerald Enclave, the Force Grey, Harpers, Lords Alliance, Order of the Gauntlet, and the Zentirum. Or Zentarum, excuse me. So, like, all of these things exist in one way or another. How open they are, I mean, like, the Lord's Alliance is pretty blatantly open about who they are. They're like the paladins and clerics guild, essentially. Like, that's how they function. The Force Grey is a pretty open faction. And the Harpers, people know of the Harpers, and they know that they function within the city as well as the world at large. But it's not necessarily known who functions in the Harpers.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. So Malia will relay all of this. Have I ever met Mert, perhaps?
You may have seen him in passing, but I don't think your status at any point in time previous would have put you in meeting that person.
Cool.
You may have been in the room at the same time when one of your higher ups would have been meeting with Mert.
Okay, cool. What does he look like? If I've seen him in person.
So yeah, sure. We can do this real quick. Show to the players. So this is Mert.
Oh my god.
Hello, Mert.
Mert's a handsome gentleman.
That's a legend, bro.
And I'll make him a little bigger here for you guys, chat, so you can see him a little bit better. That's Mert, the merciless, the old wolf.
I was asking for appearance because I was gonna have Malia shit talk him, but no, she ain't talking no shit about this guy here.
Yeah, Mert. I mean, he's an older gentleman, but a former adventurer. He's very high up in the world of these factions, as well as being an advisor to the Open Lord. So he's yeah. But the last time you've seen him, people definitely respect him, regardless of his age and his prodigious girth.
So while Malia is explaining this to Varys, there's probably a look of respect on her face, very visible admiration, and she leans in and she's like, I must confess, old Mert is a bit of a hero of mine.
Ooh.
Oh.
I'm quite excited that he has what is the note addressed to Varys? Is Varys' name on it?
There is no name.
Okay.
No, we just want the elf boy. We don't want
Yeah,
anybody else.
She's like,
There's only two. There's two names on it. One's Renair and the other is Mert, and then the name of the theater.
nice. Malia's like, she slams on the desk, the bar, and she's like, we must prepare. Attendance
Sure.
is not optional.
Okay. Okay. So that's Mert. And I think at this point you guys have been, you've been talking for a little bit. You hear a knock on your inn door.
Does
Alright.
this
Not
sound
answering
familiar?
this time.
Varys,
Last
would
time
you
it was
answer the
Broxley.
door? I must go tell Mina and Cry about this. She takes the
Yeah.
paper and goes up the stairs.
Varys will go over and open up the door.
Sure. Yeah, at the door you see a well-dressed human man with a curling mustache and short cropped brown hair. And with him is a young female tiefling wearing spectacles and has what looks to be a clipboard and seems to be furiously taking notes and on a sheet of paper. He has his hands behind his back and he goes, hello, my name is Hammond. I am the representative of the Vintners, Distillers, and Brewers Guild. I was told that there is that this inn seems to be back up and running, and that I should stop by and see what you need.
Real food.
Yeah. So, Varys is he has no idea about any of this business stuff, and I don't even think he was around when all of the business stuff was taking place. So he just kind of okay, come in, and leads him in and points to the bar. We need everything.
So are the rats still on the ground?
Probably.
Shit.
Probably. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did King find anything overnight?
Yeah, one or two more.
Oh god.
Pile keeps growing.
The pile continues to grow. Yeah, so you see him as he walks in, hands clasped behind his back, looks down and like curls a mustache and goes, seems your establishment is not ready for business. And he like looks back at the scribe behind him, and the tiefling looks up and goes, and starts feverishly scribbling notes. And he goes, as that man, you say everything. Show me your stock.
So, yeah, what was brought up from the basement? Because like Varys knows that there's a bunch of stuff in the basement, but yeah, is there anything like?
Yeah, there's a couple of bottles of wine. The High Road Chardonnay had been brought up, a couple of bottles of that, and then there was a small barrel of the iron brew, I think is what we called it. Let me see where it's at.
Yes.
Ingot brew, excuse me.
Oh, there is iron brew though. That's an option.
Oh, is there iron brew as well? Yeah, so you have a barrel of each of those up there as well. They're smaller, but they're both there behind the bar. But yeah, there's a whole list.
That
or a whole bunch down below. Yeah. Okay.
Is there still like a vat of stew somewhere that's like?
I don't know if your two drunk friends decided to clean up after their little night snacks, so
Varys might offer these new guests some stew.
Oh my god.
Breakfast?
I think the prestidigitation would have worn off. Like, I don't think the taste is permanent.
yeah, no, I don't. It doesn't last. It is a temporary thing.
Oh no!
Oh god.
He's trying so damn hard to be hospitable.
Looks, raises an eyebrow, and twirls a mustache and goes, "Thank you, but I've already eaten." Looking at your stock here, it is clear that you are in no shape ready for any types of reputable guests. Might I suggest, and he like flourishes a hand and looks back, this list of our finest for this month. And he like grabs it and snatches it from the tiefling and hands it out to you.
Okay, yeah, he'll take it and he'll kind of look over it a bit. He doesn't know what the hell any of it is, so then he'll just fold it up and like stuff it in his pocket.
If you'd like to continue doing business with us here in the Vintners, Distillers, and Brewers Guild, I will need your dues for this month as well.
God damn.
So much money.
Depending on what you want from that list, that is.
This is when he gets scared. Malia! There's some guy here talking about duty.
Oh. Probably by now Molly would come down.
He like raises an eyebrow, twirls his mustache as he watches you approach.
Am I coming down alone? Or
I'll go down.
Okay.
Well, yeah, I'll head down too.
Mina, are you wearing your hat?
Yes, my
Excellent.
extra fancy hat.
Excellent.
Nice.
He sees you come down and goes, so you're not alone? Are you not the proprietor, elf?
Oh no, that's me.
That's you. The signature. Well, please provide her the list that I've given you and take a look over it and decide on what you would like to have for this month.
And he'll pull out the wadded up list of stuff and hand it to...
The wadded, not even folded anymore.
Like, no, he just like crumpled it up and stuffed it in his pocket. He's like, I'll save this for later. And
Sure. Yeah.
so,
Absolutely. So yeah, you see a list. There's like 5 things on it. There's the Honorable Knight, Night Ale. You have a Dragon Riesling. You have the Hawkman Stout. You have the let's see. Let me get another one. Rivergate. Red blend. The Godcatcher. Give me another wine type. Anyone.
Rosé.
Give me a wine. Rosé. Yeah, awesome. And the Godcatcher Rosé. So you have the options on the list here: the Honorable Night Ale, Dragon Riesling, the Hawkman Stout, Rivergate Red Blend, the Godcatcher Rosé. And as you look it over, he sits there and he twirls his mustache. He's like, I do suggest the Godcatcher Rosé. It is most fine this time of year, especially compared to that swill you're serving at the moment.
Seemed to be quite good the other night, but all right. And how much are these exactly?
You see that the prices are listed next to each of these things. So it's 5. Let's see. Let me figure out the math real quick. Upper for 5 gold will get you like a large barrel of the ale and the stout. So you can get both of those for 5 gold. The Riesling is a silver piece per bottle. The red blend is it's like 5 copper a bottle. The Godcatcher Rosé is a gold piece per bottle.
Ooh, that pricey.
When I say like 5 for the 5 gold for the large barrels, I'm talking like it's hefty. It is what bigger than a keg. Like it's a full brew barrel.
Nice.
Yeah. So those are the options currently that he has laid out for you.
Mina shows it to Malia, the list, and the prices.
Oh, rosé. Mmm.
And then she points at the price next to it.
Oh, yes. I love it.
Yes. Well, perhaps only a little bit of the rosé. Seems a little bit more than we can afford at the moment.
Malia will ask if how the procedure of ordering is. Would it be like a set delivery kind of thing, or do we check in and change up depending on the month or stock?
I'll come by once a month to get you what you need. I will be your representative for the Vintners, Distillers, and Brewers Guild, and you'll make your orders through me, and I will have Ginny here, and he gestures back to his scribe. I'll have Ginny here write it down and have it delivered through my men.
Malia will lean over to Mina and say, perhaps we should get a bottle or 2 of the rosé for a special occasion? Or perhaps if we need to convince somebody with something special?
That is a good
It is a very special vintage, I do say so myself.
Perhaps we won't put it on the menu just yet, but I have an inkling it shall be useful in its own way. We have mostly wine downstairs, if I recall.
Do you mind if I take a look at your stock? May I advise you on what you should be serving here in the North Ward?
Sure.
Well, lead the way.
Oh, all right. Mina leads the way. So I don't think she's actually been in the basement yet.
Yeah, you go down, and it is dusty, full of cobwebs, and there's barrels and bottles of all sorts of old wine and beer. Hammond walks up and down the rows, sometimes picking up some things and putting it there, and then trash, throws it back in. He walks down to another bottle and goes, hasn't been good for 20 years, and puts it back, and he goes down and he like one of the brew taps, and he tapes it. Garbage, and tosses his glass away, and he basically, as he walks up and down the rows, he's not giving you any positive feedback for anything. Everything is trash, garbage, out of season, out of style, or anything else. He's tearing apart your whole collection as it stands.
Does does the ghost respond to this guy coming in and crapping all over his stock?
Make a perception check for me, would you?
All right.
Those of you that are watching, all of
Yeah.
you can make one.
Molly is
Yeah,
gonna
I
stay
can make
upstairs.
That's an 11 for Mike.
Okay, we have an 11. An 8 for Cry.
And 9.
A 9 for Mina. And Molly, you stayed upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. None of you notice anything. It's not to say that nothing happened, but none of you noticed anything.
We just didn't see it.
Well, this is all a little bit sudden for us this morning. Could you give us your recommendation for what you think we should get, and we can get back to you on what we will order?
Yes, I can do that. I would suggest for the common folk that you would serve here in this inn, the Honorable Night Ale is fashionable enough this time of the month, and if you get a barrel of that, you'll be serving any sorts of the common work folk around. It seems enjoyable enough. I do suggest picking up a couple of the red blends, because that is your cheaper wine for this month. The Dragon Riesling is a finer one, and you will attract finer customers. I do suggest that as well. But seeing the state of your inn, well, when do you think you'll be accepting customers?
We don't have an exact date yet. As you can see, there's still a little bit work to be done. We've only been here for a few days.
Like, I'm assuming you guys have come upstairs. He's kind of just looking around.
Oh, while you guys are downstairs.
Did you move the
Oh,
rats?
yeah, did you want to do something?
Yes. Molly's like, Kigs, we must relocate this.
Kiggs is just like... and like picks one up by the tail and just kind of like saunters over to a look and just waits for you to direct him.
I think
Malia-
Cry definitely went with Malia to help with the rat problem.
Okay, yeah,
Okay.
thank God. Because Molly is looking down at like the little pyre of tiny bodies. She's like going white in the face. She's just like, oh, Cry. Just scoop them up and get them.
Yeah, Cry's gonna just grab them all by the tail and like run upstairs with them and put them in her room. She's gonna
Okay.
just do.
Yeah, and they're all in the attic now. That's happening. They're all in Cry's attic bedroom.
Molly is trying to clean up the blood.
You have
Sure.
a spell for that.
Yeah, this is magic hands.
Okay, that's magic hands. Got it. You're not scrubbing, it's just magicked away. That spot is actually significantly cleaner than anywhere else in the inn now.
Good.
Yeah, magic is great. So Hammond comes up with his scribe Ginny and Mina and Varys in tow.
Well, yes, seeing as the state of your inn, I suppose you have a couple of weeks yet before you're open for business. How about this? You get yourselves together, you send me a list. I'll have Ginny come by in a week or so to pick it up and make your order and your purchase then, and, well, good luck to you.
Thank you. Oh, one more question before you go.
Yes.
I don't know much about how large these barrels are. Approximately how many servings do you suppose they are?
Depending on your size of your flagons that you serve, anywhere between... Well... Give me the one. Ginny, how many?
Hammond, that would be roughly between 500 and 700 servings.
Oh. Perfect.
500 and 700 servings, thank you, Ginny.
Wonderful. That would be great if you could send her by in approximately a week for us.
Ginny, 1 week, write that down, and we will deliver a week after that.
Thank you.
Fantastic, Ginny, come along, and
He like saunters out the door. The bell rings and he's gone.
Molly is standing in this super clean spot.
Just like on top of it.
Standing
Yeah.
on the one clean spot in the entire inn. Absolutely. Yeah. All right. So you guys have your list and your prices for your Vintners Guild. What else would you like to do for this morning?
Did he mention how much the dues were?
I think it's just the price of the alcohol.
Very
Yeah, he
well.
didn't mention any taxable dues, but he just gave you the prices of the alcohol itself.
Okay.
Does our I think our fees that we pay Broxley covers our accounts with the guild, if I remember correctly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Broxley made it clear that the 5 gold, because the inn is a long-standing inn, the 5 gold will cover your quote-unquote taxes as well as your dues for the 2 guilds that he's having come by.
Okay. We are yet to expect William Hamhand from the Guild of Butchers.
Oh yes. True. Should we perhaps go and deliver this very cryptic message from Ham to what's his name? Vajra Sophia?
You do remember, Vajra did mention that she would contact you via message.
2 days, right? She was gonna contact us.
Yep.
Today is day 2.
Today is day 2.
Sometime today. And then Malia, you said that you showed us the letter that Varys got, right?
Oh yes, that's why I would have went up when he answered the door. I would have shown you the letter and explained who Mert is, and be very excited about this.
So I see we need formal attire for this. And she looks around at our group and is just like, I think we might need to go acquire some of that.
Yes.
Shopping! More shopping!
Yay!
So much shopping.
Yeah, so you guys, like, collect yourselves to go do the thing?
We doing the thing.
Doing the thing.
Yeah, so as you're getting yourselves together, getting your packs and your bags of money that you will probably need, you hear a loud rapping at the door.
Oh my god, more guys.
Oh
Does
my
it sound
goodness.
Popular.
Ham-handed.
It sounds strong.
Molly opens the door. Hello, good morning.
You see a female human guardswoman, braided gray hair, bright blue eyes, and she's wearing the leather armor and has a club and short sword at her belt. And I did this recently, so I can show you guys what the Waterdeep City Watch actually looks like. So here, I'll show you guys what that is, because I went and found a nice little reference for that.
Oh my
Cool.
god.
That's the Waterdeep City Watch. So they wear the gold and green, and they carry the clubs, and some of them have shields, and some of them have short swords and things of that nature. But that is the City Watch and what they look like. So you have a guardswoman outside, and they seem to be accompanied by kind of a scruffy-looking human male guardsman as well. So yeah, you approach, that you see them, and she says, "Sergeant Alice Stone, I have some questions to ask. Is this not Trollskull Manor?"
Oh, it is. Whatever could I assist you with, Sergeant?
I've heard, and we've been tipped off too, that there are supposedly demons residing within this dilapidated structure.
Demons? There are no demons here.
Cry
is
peeks out the door.
Yeah, is everyone like up on the main level and Alice sees crying, goes, maybe come in.
Of course. And Molly is like super loud this whole time, so that everyone can hear her.
She
Nina's hat
strides
is well
in.
affixed.
She
Molly says,
strides
"Come
in,
in,
taking a
come
look
in."
around the place.
We are undergoing active renovations.
No demons here, you say?
Yes, you may certainly take a look.
Yeah, so they're gonna go walk around your house, I guess, since they're welcome to take a look. Sergeant Alice looks behind her and goes, "Come, Lewis, I'll just have a look around." And they go look around, and they take the next 10 to 15 minutes checking all of the rooms. You hear stomping up and down the stairs and the doors slamming, opening, and whatever. You hear a huh. And then, like, some boots come down the stairs.
From the attic.
You have a pile of dead rats up in your attic. Did you know this? You have a rat infestation, it seems.
What?
They're all stacked together.
Oh no! How terrible!
Cry is gonna very stressfully be watering those 2 plants at the front of the door.
Do you still have rats around your belt?
Are you making any effort to hide the rats at your
Yes.
belt, Cry?
Yes.
Make me a sleight of hand check, please.
Oh god.
Whew.
16, well rolled. Let's see. Okay. Let's see if our guardswoman notices. She's not very bright, but yeah, no, it doesn't seem like she does. At least she doesn't notice it right away. That being said, Malia, you're like actively lying about these rats. Can you make me a deception check, please?
Is the cat anywhere in the room?
I don't know. Where's Kiggs?
Kids, come here. Deception.
Yeah, you want Kiggs to come to you? Kiggs comes to you. Just, like, between your legs. A 12. Okay. And her roll for this is...
She looks down at Kiggs and she's like, cat doing cat things in our attic.
So Malia, your deception was 12. Our guardswoman seems to have a natural 20'd you on your lie. At least, she seems to think that you are lying in some way. She goes,
Cat doing cat things. In a bedroom, I saw the bedroll up there. Are you sure there's no illegal spell casting going on in this house? Convorting with demons? We've heard from a reliable source as well as many witnesses to, well, a disturbance yesterday over at Froon's Brews. And a couple of you seem to match the description.
she like pointedly looks over at Cry.
Just watering my plants.
Current accusations as stand are intimidating a citizen, public blasphemy against the gods and church, and tomb robbing.
Tomb robbing.
Tomb robbing?
Yes, the,
And
Those
she again
first
looks
two
over.
fair, but we didn't rob any.
We didn't rob a tomb.
She
Was there a
again
tomb
looks
there?
over towards Cry and says, some of the witnesses seem to think that the disturbance involved a walking dead. Necromancy
I
of
think
some
Nina actually
sort.
laughs a little bit at that.
She's offended. She kind of glares over, but then doesn't want to cause any problems, so she's
Malia.
she's run out of water, so she's just like trying to find something to do with her
It's like
plant.
fluffing the plant.
She's just like, oh, good plant. Like,
Malia looks pissed. She says, "Excuse me, there is obviously no such thing in this home here. I live here with my friends. We are all very much alive, as you can see. There are no demons here. What sort... these accusations, they are clearly unfounded."
Roll me a persuasion check.
Oh, she's so mad. She's like, "This bitch ain't gonna talk shit about my friend." Sorry, we said persuasion.
Yes, ma'am. A
Ooh.
19.
Ooh.
Excellent. I rolled the DC for this earlier. She goes,
Well, I don't see any evidence of demon activity here, nor any of the Walking Dead that I'm used to seeing, necromancy and the such. Everything smells alive here except for those rats upstairs.
Did you sniff the rats?
I mean, it's a pile of dead rats. I don't know how well, like, what it's gonna smell. It's a pile of dead rats. Regardless.
Sniff the rats.
She goes,
She's dead.
I suggest you get that cleaned up, especially if you want to a reputable inn.
If there's anything else, officer or sergeant,
She like looks at you.
glares back.
The watch will be keeping their eye on this establishment.
Excellent.
And I do have to say, if any of you were involved at Froon's last night, I suggest you stay far away from that location, or there will be consequences, fines up to 1,000 gold pieces and hard labor.
And she like turns on her heel and stalks out and slams the door behind her. Ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling.
Fucking Froon.
Malia like stomps her foot. She goes, mm. She wouldn't flip him off, but she just makes a gesture.
She wouldn't flip him. Okay.
She's too classy for that. Wait, well, never mind. Didn't she teach Cry how? Okay, she flips him off.
Yeah.
Guys, that's another bird flipping gift for this week. Please go ahead and get that
Give it
down.
to you guys.
Yeah, let's put that in another tweet for next week. I appreciate
jeez.
that. Nice. We have a theme now. So,
I'm a classy
Yeah.
lady.
see, the guards have left you. You seem to have been. You're under some suspicion, at least.
I think it might be a little too suspicious to put rats in Froon's bed now.
Yes, I
Find
agree.
something else. Mina's sad. She really wanted to put
The
rats
one
in
plan
Froon's
we
bed.
had.
That one plan.
Cry smiles just a little bit because then she realized all those rats are hers now. Now we don't have to get rid of them.
Yeah. I think as you guys are kind of like sitting there, maybe sipping some breakfast wine or something, kind of just guards and stuff. There's another knock at your door. It's a busy morning.
It's a busy
I tell
morning.
you
We're
what, it is a busy
popular.
morning.
Mina groans. She's tired of all this interaction.
Yeah, really.
The knock sounds a little ham-fisted.
Our man.
Malia's gonna just open the door.
Yeah, as you approach, you can see him through the window. Kind of dark, somewhat dead-looking eyes, a little slack-jawed. He's got scarring on his face, and it seems like constant, like, gray 5 o'clock shadow, really, like, thick and coarse-looking. And he's got this, like, just kind of a not very well-trimmed or cut black hair. He's a large man. He does have very large ham-like hands. And he seems to be wearing like some suspenders over his prodigious girth and his buttoned shirt, and they strain to hold in what he has, and his pants are somewhat strained outwards as well. You see he has mud on his boots, and he walks in and... Hello, I'm Willen Hamhand. I was told to stop by and, offer up my services to deliver my carts of meat once a month. This is the Trollskull Manor, is it not?
Yes, come on in.
He, like, you see, as large as he is, he, like, has to kind of dip a shoulder through the doorway because it's a little bit too wide to fit in. And he comes and he stands up and looks like he might have a little bit of giant blood in him somewhere. This is a very, very large man.
Cool.
And he looks and he goes, well, I deliver once a month. Meats, foods, sausages, for you to serve to your, and he looks around, ample clientele. Do we have some sort of deal?
Yes. Do you have a list of your products?
He looks and he goes, I bring whatever's good that month. There's no list here. Nothing fancy.
Do you have some sort of price list of some sort? So we know how much to eat.
Aye. About 5 gold a month should cover it. With a little bit of gratuity on top for delivery.
Plus tip. Good.
I spelled gratuity wrong.
Well, he like holds out a giant meaty paw in your general direction.
Ugh. Mina, because she already has her purse on her because they were gonna leave. She pulls out 5 gold pieces and 5 silver pieces, I guess. I don't know. She doesn't know how much to tip. Puts it
He put it in his hand and he like
hand.
raises an eyebrow and he goes, closes it, puts it in his pocket. Well, maybe the meat will be someone you know. And then he leaves.
Oh, I hope it's Floon, she whispers.
Yeah, so he out the room, this slow manner, leans through the doorway, and disappears out onto the road as well as a big man can.
How much are you supposed to tip for something like that? I don't know.
A legend.
He's your butcher. I don't know how much you want to tip your butcher.
Apparently, that was not enough.
Oh, good to know, I suppose. Next time, more.
Okay. Let's see. I think because we've been live for a little bit now, trying to figure stuff out. I think it's time now for our first break. So everyone can stand up, get some water, get in your drink and stuff like that. And we will be right back after about a 3 to 5 for more Waterdeep Dragon Heist.
Yay.
1 second, guys.